What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to you guys. In the last video, you killed it with likes, and that video actually got a good amount of views, over 20,000. Thank you guys for that, and if we can get at least half of the likes in this video that we got in the last video, that would be dope. Breaking down a few of the highlights in this video, we have new images of the Air Jordan 1 Who Said Man Wasn't Meant to Fly, as well as images of the Air Jordan 11 Bred. Now, in this video, it's mainly Jordan brand, but we do have a few things from Nike and a few things from Adidas. Now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. First up for today's video, we have a first look at the Adidas Harden Volume 4. Now, this first look comes from the feet of James Harden, and this pair has yet to be officially unveiled, so as far as the tech goes, it's still kind of in the air, but there is a few things we can see. And on this particular colorway, they feature a black mesh and suede across the upper as well as the overlays, while utilizing red, blue, and white detailing. In addition, we have the 3 stripes branding on the tongue. Volume 4 is placed just below the white eyelet on the panels, and it isn't confirmed, but it looks like the Harden 4 lacks boost technology. Now, in my opinion, that kind of takes the model back, but on the plus side of things, the retail price should come down quite a bit. And as of now, that's pretty much all we know. We don't have a retail price. They are expected to release in additional colorways. That's more of a given. We know that every Harden signature shoe is available in various colorways. And as far as the release date goes, we don't know that as well. But what's going around is that they should be available around the time that the 2019-20 NBA season starts. We have new images of the Adidas Yeezy Basketball Quantum, and in the last video, I believe it was the last video, maybe it was the one prior to it, we learned that this shoe wouldn't release until 2020. Again, that isn't confirmed, and I'll talk more about that in a second. With this detailed look, we can pretty much see every angle available. Across the uppers, we have this unique design that is also transparent in areas. On the toe, we have suede that overlays it for reinforcement. Some of the other details includes an extended ankle collar. The lacing system is somewhat tucked away, and of course we have boost technology. Now, as for the release information, the rumor is that they'll release during February 2020, specifically during the NBA All-Star Weekend. Now, the release info is not confirmed, and it's very possible we'll see a release earlier than that, but again, that's not confirmed as well. But I do find it odd that as of late, we're getting a ton of new images. Prior to that, we'd see a few here and there, and the release was expected to take place during spring, I believe, of 2019, and it just kept getting pushed back. So unless they're having problems with the model, it is a bit odd that they're going to wait until February 2020 for the release. One last detail I forgot to mention is that they feature 3M reflective on the panels. Also, we don't have a retail price as of yet. We have new images of the Nike Kyrie 6, and this time they were seen on the feet of Kyrie Irving. Now, in the last video, I talked about how this shoe definitely resembles that of the Air Yeezy 2. We also have a midfoot strap, which was seen on the Kyrie 2, but of course it looks a little bit different. But even the panels, how they curve and where the swoosh location is, as well as the ribbing on the heel, that definitely has a Yeezy 2 vibe to them. Now, to me, I really don't care. I know some people are upset that this shoe resembles the Yeezy 2. I still like them. The black and white colorway really isn't for me, but I'm sure a different colorway, which we will see a bunch of, will be a lot nicer. Now, with these new images, we don't have additional information as far as a release date or a retail price. I would expect it to be around 120, and with the past Kyrie releases, we usually see them drop in December, so it's very possible we see the Kyrie 6 drop in December. It could be earlier than that, and we do have another pair that is confirmed for December, and that's a Concepts collaboration. Images of that pair has yet to leak, but once more information is available on this model, that will go into the following video. Last up from Nike, we have official images of the Nike Shox BB4 China Hoop Dreams. Now, this pair is part of Nike's China Hoop Dreams pack that is inspired by the early 2000s hoop culture in China. This pair is somewhat flashy. We got black leather across the upper and then we have a graphic that runs across the side that appears to be a picture of a city. I'm not sure which city. Other than that, we have metallic purple just above the shock unit, as well as hinted on the shock unit, and a black rubber outsole. This pair will release on August 31st, and retail price is set at $170. Now with this release, I do know on August 31st that they're going to release in China. Now I'm not positive if this pair will also release in the States. I do know that Nike has pretty much been dropping the ball on the Nike Shox BB4. The OG colorway was expected to drop, I believe, on August 9th, and then all of a sudden they pulled it from the site. I haven't heard anything new on that, so maybe they ran into some troubles on this model. I don't know. CC Sabathia received a special Air Jordan 3 PE, which of course comes in cleated form, and the model is inspired by his high school, which is Vallejo High. Now this pair features a Letterman jacket-like material across the upper, while you can see on the lateral side we have different patches. On the liner, it reads Vallejo and Apaches, and of course it comes dressed in a clean red and white colorway and Nike Air branding on the heel. This pair isn't releasing, it was specially made for CC, but I wanted to include it because I actually think this pair is pretty cool. But let me know your thoughts on this pair in the comments below. Sometime back, I talked about the Air Jordan 1 that was releasing with Zoom Air, and we have a first look at one of the upcoming colorways. Now the actual model is called the Air Jordan 1 High Zoom R2T, and this particular colorway is rumored to be part of the upcoming Fearless pack. Now on the surface of things, this pair actually looks somewhat plain. However, it features 3M reflective across the upper, so once the light hits it, it's really going to shine. You can see those in some of the other images. Also, instead of featuring Nike Air on the tongue, it'll feature Zoom Air that also lands on the insoles, and then on the lateral side of the shoe, we have a small label that reads Zoom. We also have the traditional Wings logo on the ankle, black on the midsole, and then a translucent outsole. Now, I know this pair is a high, and I'm not sure if it's from these images, but it looks a little bit higher than usual. Another thing I'm noticing from these images is that the midsole looks a bit thicker. Also, again, I'm not sure if that's the actual case. It might just be the angle of these photos, or that's how they're going to release. Now, there's another pair that is releasing in 2020, and that will come dressed in white and racer blue. Also, before I forget, on the sides, close to the heel, there is a string of letters and numbers. I'm not entirely sure what that makes out. It's definitely hard to tell in these photos. Now, as for the release information, we don't have a set date, but this pair is expected to drop during December. Retail price is set at $175. In the last video, I briefly spoke of the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG, who said man was not meant to fly. Shortly after the video released, we received new images, and this will be another shoe that connects to the past of Michael Jordan, specifically a commercial from 1985. Now they come dressed in black, gym red, and white, and overall they definitely feature a Chicago-like theme. And when I say Chicago, I don't mean the Air Jordan 1 Chicago, I just mean the white, red, and black colorway. Now this pair features leather throughout, almost everywhere, with the exception of the tongue, laces, midsole, and outsole. We got white on the base, black on the overlays, and then red outlines the swoosh around the heel, ankle, overlays, and toe. Other details includes a white midsole and a red outsole. Now I've heard people nickname this shoe two different things. I heard that this pair resembles Miles Morales from Spider-Man, and I've also heard that this pair resembles the Batmobile. Either way, I like this pair. I'm definitely looking forward to grabbing them, and they drop on November 29th, which of course is Black Friday. So this is your Black Friday release. If you didn't know already, I did mention it in the last video, and back in April I talked about this shoe. So if you guys been watching the channel for a while, you already know that. And the retail price will be $160. For our last piece of news of the day, we have new images of the Air Jordan 11 Bred. Now with these new images, we have confirmation that they will be coming in the OG box. This box didn't just house the Air Jordan 11 Bred, but other Nikes in that time frame. Now, I'm not sure the history behind this, but I do know that the Air Jordan 11 Columbia and the Air Jordan 11 Concord, the original releases, released in a Air Jordan box. I'm not for sure on this, but it could be the different manufacturing facilities or the time frame the colorway released, but there's not much more to report on this but the release details if you don't know, and I'll get to that in a second. But when these images leaked, I saw on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram that a lot of people were upset that this shoe is releasing in the OG box. Now, not for the fact of it connecting to its roots, but more the fact of the retail price. A lot of people believe that this shoe shouldn't retail at $220 if it's going to come in the OG box. Now, I do own this pair, and I own quite a few Nikes that come with this OG box from the 90s era. And one thing I will say is, yeah, the box is on the flimsy side. It isn't your strong and sturdy box, not like some of the past OG releases or even those Air Jordan 11 slide out boxes. But to me, I don't care. I'm still planning on paying $220, and why I'm bringing this up is to get your guys' opinion on it. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you don't know, they drop on December 14th. As of now, that date could be pushed forward or back, and retail price is $220. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on SneakerFiles.com, and then we take it to YouTube. Like always, I appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there wasn't a ton of shoes to cover, but there was a few things that were important, and hopefully you saw something in the video that you liked. One of the upcoming videos I do plan on publishing is the September Air Jordan releases. I still might do a release date video for other brands like Adidas, Nike, stuff like that. And before I get out of here, greatly appreciate a thumbs up if you haven't done so already, and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the red button below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.